The BrandSource Dealer of the Year Awards are presented annually to members demonstrating continued support of BrandSource and our supplier partners. We proudly recognize the dealers of 2023. In 2017, Jay and Kristen Wilson purchased an old Western auto store in Baker City, Oregon, and opened Appliances and More. In less than a year, they outgrew the 800 square foot showroom and moved to a bigger location. With the expansion, they also added mattresses, furniture, hot tubs, and more to their roster, and have just opened their second store in La Grande, Oregon. Appliances and More is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Rocky Mountain region. John Arnold opened Arnold's Appliance in 1974, initially offering a few major brands of freestanding appliances and tabletop televisions. It has expanded its inventory to include laundry, kitchen and bath home appliances. In 1987, John's daughter and son-in-law came on board, then took the helm when John retired a year later. Today they host 40 employees, an expanded showroom, and high-end innovative products from over 45 manufacturers. Arnold's Appliance is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Northwest region. Joe Heslin landed a job as a sales manager at Carmona's in 1991, and 23 years later, he, along with his business partner, bought the retail outlet. They grew Carmona's from a 6,200 square foot showroom to its new 21,000 square foot location. Joe and BrandSource go way back. He's been a power dealer for around 15 years and has been on the Pacific Rim Board of Directors since 2014, serving as president for 3 of those years. Carmona's Appliance is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Pac Rim region. Dave Schritter knows a thing or two about appliances. He started out as a delivery technician and worked his way up the ranks to management. In 2001, he bought a local Maytag store in Farmington, New Mexico, and dependable Maytag Home Appliance Center was born. Dave grew the business into 3 thriving locations and 11 employees. Dave has also served on the Maytag Council for 5 years, helping and supporting other Maytag dealers. Dependable Maytag Home Appliance Center is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Maytag region. The year was 1947, and Dries Electric opens for business. Lawrence and Alice Dries ran the small shop from the first level of their home while living upstairs with their 3 sons. In 1965, they broke ground on a new, larger location from which they still operate to this day. It's now a 4th-generation business with great-grandsons Brent and Jake Dries at the helm. Dries Electric is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Greater Midwest region. Economy Furniture opened its doors in 1939. Founder Joseph Sheely was the first of 4 generations to run the company, and 94 years later, Economy Furniture is still committed to providing the same value and small-town service on which they built their reputation. They credit their dedicated staff of 40 for most of their success and growth. Economy Furniture, BrandSource Dealer of the Year, South Atlantic region. Entrepreneur is probably the best word to describe Frank DiClemente. In the mid-60s, he and a partner opened a used car business. A few years later, he rented a building next to the car lot and began selling air conditioners on the side. From there, he added appliances and flooring. After selling the car dealership, Frank built a larger building. In 1982, his daughter Kathy filled in for a vacationing employee and never left. Sadly, Frank passed away in 2004. Kathy took the reins running the family business. Frank DiClemente's Inc. is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, North Atlantic region. In 1998, Dale and Sherry Pruder were recruited by Whirlpool to open an exclusive store, and Great Bend Appliance was born. It didn't take long to expand. They purchased an adjacent 6,000 square foot building and added furniture, televisions, and Traeger grills. Dale and Sherry have expanded from a 1,500 square foot showroom to the whole city block. Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Great Plains region. In 1970, Jack and Marina Payne opened Jamar Appliance and Bedding in Portland, Indiana. In 1985, they sold the business to their daughter Chris and her husband Troy. Soon, their daughter Shauna joined them on the sales floor, working when she could through high school and college. Troy convinced his daughter Shauna to come back to the business in 2000, and she and her husband Jim did just that. Now in its 3rd generation as a family-owned and operated business, and a 4th generation comes in and helps when they can. Jamar Appliance and Bedding is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Mid-America region. In 1978, George Kubin opened a modest sleep shop in St. Louis, Michigan. Soon after, his wife Winnie joined him. Together, they've taken Kubin's furniture and mattress from a humble sleep shop to a destination furniture store, with clients visiting from throughout the Midwest. They also host the largest selection of chairs and recliners in the state. Kubin's Furniture and Mattress is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Michigan region. Gilbert Lafferty started an appliance repair service in 1971. Over the years, his kids and grandkids have all worked in the family business, and Lafferty's is in its third generation of family ownership. Today, they operate a 47,000 square foot showroom and have added furniture, mattresses, and outdoor equipment to their already impressive inventory. Lafferty Home Center is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Southwest region. TL and Christine Green began refurbishing and reselling old bicycles in 1944, then transitioned to owning a grocery store before transitioning again to selling furniture and appliances in 1950. For 67 years, the Greens, their kids, and their grandkids all spent time on the sales floor. When the founders passed away in 2017, the grandchildren regrouped and reinvented the family business. They now have a 10,000 square foot showroom, a 15,000 square foot warehouse, and 7 full-time employees. McMaster's Home Gallery, BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Southeast region. Dick Stewart, while still in high school, opened a radio repair shop in his parents' basement. In 1950, he built a small shop and added a television and radio showroom along with his repair shop. A few years later, he brought in Frigidaire appliances, and things took off from there. As business grew, so did the need for space. There have been at least 6 additions to that original building and 3 generations of the Stewart family manning the floor. Today, they have 20 full-time employees and draw customers throughout 5 surrounding counties. Stewart's TV and Appliance is the BrandSource Dealer of the Year, Tri-State region. James Volkman opened Volkman Appliance in 1982. A few years later, his son David joined him part-time after school, moving to full-time after graduation. Starting as a delivery driver, David worked his way up, and in 1997, when James retired, he was joined by his wife Debbie in buying the family business. The business continues to grow, and David credits BrandSource and his dedicated employees, which he considers family. BrandSource is proud to award Volkman Appliance Dealer of the Year, North Central region. Here are your 2023 Dealer of the Year recipients.